Welcome to Complex to Easy Learning, The Office Queen, podcast by Complex to Easy. There was a girl named Lina, who always thought she was better than everyone else at her job. She worked as a senior marketing manager at a company called Thompson & Company. Every day, she walked through the office with confidence, wearing perfect clothes, and making sure everyone noticed her. She believed that just by being there, she was more important than anyone else. Lina's colleagues noticed how she acted. She always told others what to do, and she never listened to anyone else's ideas. "Could you make this report better?" she would say to her assistant Mark. "It needs to be perfect." Mark, who was new to the job, tried hard to impress Lina, but it never seemed to be enough. No matter how much work he did, she would always find something wrong with it. In meetings, Lina was the loudest. She would cut off others if they tried to speak, and she believed her ideas were the only ones that mattered. The people she worked with had learned to avoid disagreeing with her. They didn't want to make her angry, so they stayed quiet and let her control everything. But then, a new person named Mia joined the team. Mia was fresh out of college and full of new ideas. She wasn't scared of Lina. One day, Mia gave Lina some reports she had worked on, and she even added some ideas of her own. Lina looked at the papers and didn't like the suggestions. She thought they were too bold. "These ideas are not practical," Lina said. "You need to rethink them." But Mia didn't agree. "I think they could work," she replied calmly. "You can share your thoughts if you want." This was different. Lina had never had anyone speak to her like this before. But Mia kept challenging Lina's ideas. Slowly, other people in the office started to listen to Mia. They started to agree with her and question Lina's decisions. One day, Mia gave a presentation that everyone liked. Even the bosses agreed with her. Lina felt frustrated. How had things changed so much? Her team wasn't listening to her anymore. They were following Mia instead. That afternoon, Lina sat in her office thinking. She realized that she had been too focused on making others feel small. She had pushed people away by acting like she was always right. But now, she saw that being a leader wasn't just about being in control. It was about working with others. The next morning, Lina walked into the office with a different attitude. She sat down next to Mia and said, "I've been thinking. Your ideas are really good. Let's work together on the next project." Mia looked at her surprised but smiled. "Sure, let's do it." From then on, Lina stopped trying to be the office queen. She started working with the team, and everyone respected her more for it. Lina's change didn't happen overnight. At first, it was hard for her to let go of the habit of always thinking she was better than everyone else. She had spent so many years acting like the office queen, and now she was trying to become a part of the team. It felt strange, but Lina was determined. She knew she had to change if she wanted to keep her job and build better relationships with her colleagues. The first step was to listen more. When someone had an idea, she stopped cutting them off. Instead, she asked questions and really listened to what they had to say. One day, during a meeting, Lina asked her team, "What do you all think about this project?" She saw surprised faces around the table. People weren't used to her asking for their opinions. Slowly, one by one, they began to speak up. Mia shared her thoughts first, and then others followed. They all agreed on a new approach, and the project went better than anyone expected. Lina began to feel proud, not because of her own ideas, but because of how well the team was working together. She realized that it wasn't just her ideas that mattered. It was the combination of everyone's ideas that made the team strong. As the months went by, Lina built stronger connections with her coworkers. Mark, the assistant she had always pushed away, started to feel comfortable asking for advice. He even started bringing new ideas to meetings, and Lina didn't shoot them down. She encouraged him, and he began to feel more confident. One day, Lina was sitting with Mia during lunch, and they talked about the changes in the office. Mia smiled and said, "You've really changed, Lina. It's good to see you listening to the team now." Lina looked at Mia and nodded. "I've realized that no one is perfect, and being the best at everything doesn't mean you're the best leader. It's about working together and helping everyone be their best." Lina's attitude continued to shift. She didn't need to prove she was the smartest or most important person anymore. The team started to trust her more, and their respect for her grew. She was no longer the boss who pushed others down. She was the leader who lifted everyone up. Soon, Lina's boss noticed the change in the office. The marketing department was working better than ever, and the results spoke for themselves. Sales were up, and the team was happier. Her boss called Lina into his office and said, "Lina, I've been hearing great things about you. The team is performing better, and it's clear that they respect you. Keep up the good work." Lina smiled. She had worked hard to earn their trust, and now it was paying off. She knew that being a leader wasn't about being on top. It was about building a team where everyone could succeed. As she walked back to her desk, Lina felt proud, but in a different way. She was no longer the office queen. She was just Lina, a leader who believed in her team and knew that their success was her success. And for the first time, it felt good to share the spotlight. The end. Like, share and subscribe.